Hey, so let's see. I was looking up on to see if the Army in Northern Virginia could just absorb those strength points, and I could not find anything in the rules that refers to armies, but it does refer to leaders. And so technically, I don't think they could have done that. What would happen is the beginning of the term they could, based on you have leaders in the army, and I am making a little bit of an assumption that they can absorb strength points are stacked with because it makes sense to me. So if somebody knows different, let me know. So now we're going to expand. The Union has five, difference of five to expend. So we're going to do that. So we are going to strengthen the Army of the Potomac. Remember, we got to spend a dice difference of five. So we're going to expand the Army of the Potomac to 11. That's going to eat up one of the reinforcements in the east. That's one. We're going to deploy another Union leader. And this one we'll take in here with, where is this? Dover. So look at it, and it's Buell. He sucks. But okay, so he'll go there. That's 2 points. That leaves me 3. So we will activate McDowell. And we're going to go ahead and go 1. Whoops. 2. Now we're announcing, so this is going to demonstrate. Let's make sure. Actually, I want you to see this. So McDowell was here in Washington, D.C. So activate him. He goes 1. And we want to move him into here. Now that's in the reaction radius of the Army of the Virginia. So we're going to go ahead and try to react that. So we want to roll J. Johnson, 3 or less. Roll a dice and get a 4, so they do not successfully react. And that ends the 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and we will stop there. And now we've got them 2 armies facing off. So we move to the next impulse because we spent the dice difference, and McDowell was activated. That was 3 command points. So we'll spend, there we go. In the east, spend 3 command points for the Union. And we will roll the 2 dice and move on to the next impulse. So the Confederates get 11, get the initiative. Union gets 8. That's a dice difference of 3 that we need to spend. So we get a freebie. So we will enter another leader for the Confederates. Trying to hope I get somebody with a decent modifier to help. So Army of Virginia. And we get, a nice leader. We get, okay, this has a tactical. This is going to help with the ensuing battle that's going to happen. So we get Jackson. All right, General Jackson. So he'll join the Army in Northern Virginia. That's the freebie. And here we go. We're going to spend 3 command points to activate. And that's going to be the Army of Northern Virginia. And we are going to march in to here with the Army of the Potomac to fight a battle. So we're going to finally have a battle. What do you know about that? All right. Well, I'm going to walk through this step by step here. So let's pull out and get ground combat. So combat occurs when you move in, just part of the activation, right? There's no separate movement or combat phase. Oh, excuse me. Let's look at one thing. If they could have reacted, you want this to be complete. This is when you enter the reaction zone, which is, I think, just the 6 adjacent hexes. I don't believe it's the Army itself. I should have looked this up, shouldn't I? Before. The phasing player activates one of your forces. Okay, reaction radius for an army. The 6 adjacent hexes, I believe. Reaction radius. And the 6 adjacent hexes. Okay, well, we're going to roll a die. So the reaction radius is the hex itself. You need to roll greater than the initiative rating to run away. Didn't happen. So that means that I could have retreated. That didn't happen. So let's get to the combat. Alright, so the first thing that happens in Rule 4 is ground combat. Terrain, there's going to be no shift because of terrain in the hex. It's a clear hex. So we're going to have Army of Northern Virginia is, looks like 11 factors to 11 factors. That's going to be a differential of 0. So what you're going to do is to determine what combat chart you're on. And you're going to go here, combat differential, and you're going to cross index the top number 11, come down to 11. That's going to cross index right at table E. Tells you table E. So we're going to go to table E. So we're going to use that table E there. Excuse me. Let me make sure I do this right. So all the leaders are going to impact. So let's do this. The first thing that's going to happen is each player is going to roll 1 die. All right, so let's go over here so we can see the die roll. Black die is the Confederates. So you get a 4 and a 6. Now, the leaders are revealed. So we're going to see here, I got the Confederates are going to get to add, let's see here, they get, need my damn, J. Johnson, they add the tactical rating of 1. Jackson is 2. So there's 4 leaders in this hex. We got Beauregard. He's subordinate to J. Johnson still, and he has a tactical rating of 1. So that's going to get added to the 4. And then Jackson is 2 more. That's 2 more that's going to get added. That's 7. And then we got, who's that? Beauregard. So 8. Okay, so that's 8. And we got 2 Union leaders. McDowell sucks. He's going to add 1. So he's highlighted in red there. And it's the far right number on the bottom. So he's going to add, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that gets added. Because it's in red. And then Rosecrans. Rosecrans. So that's 9. So now there is some reroll options. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. McDowell gets reroll. So we're going to make the Union player reroll his dice. So that becomes a 3. And they don't get any additions. So the final result is, you're going to look on table, what did I say, E, I believe, right? 11 to 11, yeah, table E. So you take the attacker's die roll, 4. That's the Confederates, and we're adding 1 for McDowell because it's in red. Another 1 for Beauregard, another 1 for Johnson, that's +3. Jackson, so it gets to be +2, 3, 4, 5. So that ends up being a 9. You take the 9 table, and they're both large forces. That's based on the strength. So the Union player, you look at the 9, go to the number on the defender. That it'll be a strength loss of 3 to the Army of the Potomac. And they are disrupted. And so we're going to mark them with the disruption marker. And we'll implement just a second here. And then we have a result of a 3. And we look at the attacker. Now there's still 1, used up 1. 2 more reroll options based on the Army middle number. And I could make the Union re-roll up to 2 more times. I'm going to do that. So I'm hoping to get a 1 or a 2 so that the Army of Northern Virginia is not disrupted. And there's a 1. There we go. So the Army of Northern Virginia, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Let's fix this.